Episode 20.
20?
I think so. We're back at it again with the white vans. Been a couple weeks.
Yeah. Welcome to TBR Together. I'm Megan. That's Jake.
Change the camera angle. Again. I was getting tired of the two cameras. Changed it back to one.
Hello.
So here we are. What is that? Oh, that's nothing serious.
Yeah.
All right. So we've had some time. I don't remember much about the book we're talking about.
What? I think about this book every day.
Jesus Christ, you say that about everything.
I
You
have
just
a lot
think about
books all day? Yes.
You just think about how everybody feels at all times.
Yes.
How do you get anything done?
It's really hard.
But okay. What are we currently reading?
You say with a smile.
What do you?
I'm currently
What are we reading?
the second Dungeon Crawler Carl book.
Which is called Carl's Doomsday Scenario.
Yes, it is.
Because I know you don't know what it's called.
I didn't. I was about to pull it up right here.
I know.
On Audible. Yeah. I just got to the part where he gets enchanted or spelled by some like weird fey horned woman. And
Is that where he has the erection?
Yes. And
Mordecai, he has an erection.
And Mongo is appalled.
Mongo is appalled. Mongo is appalled often.
Well, as a budding T-Rex, no, Velociraptor.
Velociraptor, a Mongoliensis. Mm-hmm. The woman you're thinking of is Signet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just throwing me off that was her name because, like, in Fourth Wing, they have signets and it's like their power. And I was like, what is her power, Carl? Just share with the group. But that makes more sense.
Her power is giving Carl a boner.
I think it's a little more intricate
no, it's
than that.
just being boner inducing.
I think it was just that she had a lot of charisma and she was very seductive. But I'm reading that. Mm-hmm. But before that, I did read the new Abby Jimenez book, and I was not a fan. This is the lowest rated book of hers I've ever rated. It's the dog.
Yeah, that sounded just like very heavy footsteps for a dog.
I think he jumped. I mean, maybe our child escaped.
There's somebody at the back door. Oh my goodness. When did you read that one? Before
I started Dungeon Crawler, Carl.
First one?
Yeah. It was the night that we met, and it was the weirdest trope of all time, which was he fell in love with his best friend's girlfriend, and it took over 70% of the book for said best friend and girlfriend to break up.
Happens.
Which is a real concern. I did listen to like the author note at the end though, and she said that it was supposed to be this book first, then Just for the Summer, but she wrote Just for the Summer. No, not Just for the Summer. Say You'll Remember Me. She wrote Say You'll Remember Me in 3 months, which makes a lot of sense because it wasn't very like romantic for a romance book. It was mostly just them being separated, dealing with their own shit, and then like coming together. It was okay. I was like, it's like a 3.5, 4 star. And then I started this one and I was like, no, I don't like this trope. I was very concerned that this man's best friend was absolutely devolving, and he was just like, you can't take care of your girlfriend. And it's like, bro, your best friend has an alcohol problem. Do something. Mm-hmm. Especially when you find out like how his mom dies, that like the fact that none of his friends are more concerned is very concerning for me. But in her author's note, she made a comment about how a book that I'd previously read, her husband dies, and then she meets the second love of her life, or the love of her life in her book, and Abby made a comment. So, I don't remember what her name is.
You don't need to explain it.
Oh, okay.
This is, you're 5 books in a rabbit hole right now, it feels like.
I know. Well, because all of her books are connected, and like they all take place in the same universe. And her first 3 books, like one is a famous artist, one makes clothes for dogs. So then those 2 people and their businesses get brought up in other books. Well, then in her second series, there's doctors but anyway, She
Doesn't
wanted
feel that important.
It's not. But she wanted to explore what would happen if you met the love of your life after you had already married your best friend. And like what that would look like. And she said that she couldn't explore it the way that she wanted to. So that's what this book was.
I say that doesn't sound at all like what she's describing.
No, it's not. I mean, it's an interesting concept that like you find the love of your life and they're with someone else. I think is more so like the push and pull that she was trying to go for. It just, I don't know. I have a really hard time. Like best friend's brother all day, or best friend's sibling all day. But I just like the fact that you.
But best friend's girlfriend is where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Why?
They're practically the same thing.
You think that if we
It's
were.
just somebody who knows your best friend. What the fuck? What?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, best
friend's brother. Okay, it's somebody who is just your best friend's brother.
Yes.
Versus your best friend's girlfriend. What the fuck? Like,
You don't
it's
see
the
the
same
difference?
thing.
What do you mean? One of those is going to make you just like, you date your best friend's brother, you're going to have a fight. It's going to be a conversation. But at the end of the day, you get to then be family with your best friend. Your best
Not
friend
necessarily.
becomes like your sister. They're going to forgive you. It's their brother. Like they love you both.
You don't know that.
In a way, yes. Well, that's how every book is. If it's your best friend, that's somebody, and your brother who you love.
You don't know that.
Okay, well, in all of the setups, that's how it is. It's not like you fall in love with your best friend's brother and your best friend hates their brother. It's never like that.
Should be.
Well, maybe that's a trope that you can explore when you start writing your romance novels. But it's never like that.
Notebooks over there.
And then dating your best friend's significant other. Mind you, his friend, like, this wasn't just like some.
They broke up.
Yeah, but it wasn't like just some girlfriend. They made multiple comments throughout this book that Mike, who was said best friend, how this was the love of his life. That he thought that she was it for him. He wasn't ever going to find anyone else. Like, it's not like he just stole like a girlfriend that he dated for a couple months and was like, oh, we're just not
if she's
it.
that easy to steal, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm not
If she gives up on you that quick for another dude.
It wasn't that quick. It was like a
Fucking-
year and a half, but still.
That's quick in the grand scheme of things when
That's
you think
true.
you're going to marry the bitch.
That's true. Well, let's calm down. Let's not call her bitch.
She
a lovely
sounds
lady.
like one.
She's a lovely lady.
I doubt it.
Girl had been through a lot.
So that excuses everything.
Well, no, the fact that she was dating an alcoholic who was lying to her the entire time excuses, I think, a lot of it.
So then what's the problem with her leaving him and fucking old boy?
I don't have a problem with her. I have a problem with him. Like, I have a problem with the fact that his best friend was an alcoholic. He knew it and was covering for him. And instead of getting his friend help, he was just like, oh my God, his alcoholism is really hurting his being a good boyfriend. Like, that was my problem with everything.
I hit a button.
You hit a couple ones.
Well, that's what happens when a woman tries to write a man.
No. Most of the time, they're spot on.
Women don't know how male best friends work.
Is that what it is?
If they're real best friends.
I mean, it felt very real.
Doesn't feel like it if he can't talk to his best friend about his alcoholism. That's not
I
written
would say
properly.
that you have different male relationships than most of the men that I've met in my life, because it felt very on brand that men would not call out their friend, that they would just be like, they'll figure it out. It'll be okay. They'll get, as somebody
Sounds like
who,
everybody deserved it. That's
I
what I'm
mean,
taking away from this.
I don't know. The next book is supposed to be Mike's book, and it's supposed to be a real redemption story, so I'm going to hope that he got the help that he needed.
So he's the Tamlin of the Jimenez verse.
Oh, well, fun fact.
Oh God, here we go.
Sarah J. Maas basically said Tamlin will not be getting a redemption arc. He will stay the villain.
That's fine. I
No redemption for him.
didn't need him to have a redemption arc.
I know, but a lot of people like got Tamlin tattoos after the first book and then were very upset. And they're like, "Oh, it'll be fine. He'll get an arc. He'll get his redemption." And Sarah J. Maas, going on her press tour for her new books, basically said that she's had multiple women come up to her and be like, a quart of, what is the second?
Silver Flames?
No.
Oh, the second one?
The second
Mist
one.
and Fury?
Yes. Made me realize that I was in an abusive relationship and I needed to leave. Like, I was married to a Tamlin and I needed to get out. And she's like, and it's really hard for me to know that a lot of women hold that true and then give him a redemption arc. So I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
But that's
fine. He doesn't deserve one. He can rot in hell.
I think he should have died at the end of the third book personally, but
I don't even remember what happened in the third book.
they go to war.
We don't need to talk.
Okay.
It's fine.
Anyway, what
I'm
are
not
you reading?
concerned with that right now.
At all. What are you reading?
Jesus Christ.
I could go in a real rabbit hole with that too.
Just finished Game Changer. Had to listen to some boys fucking. Needed that. That narrator, god fucking awful. Just for his Brooklyn accent. But as Brooke stated, apparently people have already been very vocal about that. Excuse me. So I will go. I took out Heated Rivalry from the library, so I'm gonna get to that one. I probably should just listen to a snippet and see if he does a good Russian accent or a Russian accent at all. Because if you try and do a Russian named Ilya Roznov without a Russian accent, you probably should just give up narrating books altogether. So, yeah, I hung that up today, too, and I moved everything. It'd been laying on the floor, so put a little dragon up there. So, if that happens, I will then just buy the physical books and read them that way. I'm not going to listen to him anymore, because if dude's not going to improve his game with those two accents, we're going to give up. And then I'm reading on my e-reader.
Show the e-reader for the fam.
It's the XT E-Ink 4. It is half the size of a phone. But I got a book called, I backed it on Kickstarter. It's called Mother and Slaughter by Liz Shipton. Which it's funny, I'm in their newsletter because I did the Kickstarter, and they live on a boat and just sail across the 7 seas, basically.
Oh, like a real boat, not like a houseboat.
Yeah, it's a real boat. It's like a full, massive sailboat, and they just write their books on the sailboat, pirating life. Not pirating books. Pirate life, writing books.
Like breaks into other boats, pirate life, or just pirate life on the ocean?
Like, oh, I'm a white woman on a boat. I'm a pirate.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that
That
she was
type of
not
thing.
actually a pirate.
No.
Just an aesthetic only.
She wouldn't need Kickstarter to sell her book.
That's true.
She'd have the money to fund it from the doubloons that she's stealing from other ships. But no, it's like a medieval telling of, modern time type shit. So the women, when they turn 18, they either have to become a gladiator or become a mother. And then what you find out later, if you can't become a mother, then you get pushed into being a gladiator. So if you are unable to conceive a child after being placed with so many men, they push you into the arena. But so what happens is our main character, Eleanor, ends up getting pregnant from a man's magic jizz after she made him come out of a window from the pull-out method. She gets pregnant and decides that they need to go find the witch in the woods that gives you free health care, free abortions in another city. That sort of thing, because Eleanor chose to be a gladiator, and that's what she wanted to do. That's what she's wanted to do. She's been doing it for 18 years. She's undefeated in the arena. She doesn't want anything to change. She doesn't want to have a kid.
Yeah.
So it's about her journey and who some people they find along the way. I'm like 25% of the way through right now, and they're just about to hit their first city to like re-up on their fucking materials and shit. But I also just started listening to a Funny Story since that was our week. Yeah. So obviously they were gonna start falling in love immediately. I like how she just thought that old boy was like a stoner on the couch, and he's like, "Yeah, I work in a winery."
That is my favorite part, and I cannot wait to talk about this book more in depth. This is one of my favorite books, but like Daphne cracks me up because she's so type A in everything, and then he's like, "Girl, you came and lived with me. Like, this is my apartment. I pay bills. I'm an adult."
Yeah.
And you later find out that he's like,
He's rich.
no, but he's like the most adult in his family. Like, not like his little sister looks up to him. He's like her father figure, basically. Like, you find out that Miles is very much an adult, and Daphne's just like, bro, I don't know what you do all day. I'm gonna go work at the library, live my dream.
Yeah, she's like, I've always wanted to be a children's librarian.
Also,
Jesus Christ.
did you, how'd you feel about the book she chose for her story time?
I'm not happy about it.
I told Brooke I almost DNF'd the book when she read Dragons Eat Tacos.
Yeah, I'm not happy about
It
it.
was like the first week it was like right after we read this book, and I was like, what is this children's book?
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
So dumb. Luckily, she had a full hour of reading. But
Yeah.
hopefully the other 49 books that you can knock out in that amount of time
No joke.
would have been better.
Well, I will say, as somebody who has taken our child to a story time, they really only read like 2 or 3 books, and then you do like
Yeah.
a dance.
Yeah,
You do
no,
like a little dancing.
I understand they're not just going to make the kids sit there for an hour and listen
Right.
to a random woman in the library read them a book.
Yeah. And there's normally a craft involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they make tacos with the dragons. And,
Probably. Or
Yeah.
for the dragons, yeah.
Yeah. That sort of thing.
Well, I cannot wait to talk about this book even more. I have so many thoughts.
Yeah, I'll finish it tomorrow, probably.
Oh my God. You gotta pace yourself. It's a beautiful story. You gotta slow down and really take it in.
Yeah, I can just listen to it tomorrow.
Fine.
I have a full day of housework.
That's you're so domestic. Yeah, I know, and I appreciate you because we'll be at school. So do you want to get into our book?
Yeah.
So we read.
And you also have to pick another book for the wheel.
Okay, great. I can't wait.
But we can pick it. We don't need to spin it until next time. How about we do that?
It sounds great.
What are you going to...
Well,
We still have to read Funny Story. We don't need to get our book now.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I was just gonna try to get on top of it. I mean, I've already read Funny Story, but I'll read it again. You're right.
If you don't want to read it, it's fine. I'm going to
I'll
finish
read
it
it.
tomorrow.
I'll read it. Don't worry. Yeah, no worries. But we read Beyond. No, Beyond is the second
go ahead
one.
and try it. Yeah, let's see what we come up with here. Let's see what the name of the book is that we come up with.
I'm just gonna
Put
look.
this to the test. No, don't look. No.
It's the house at the end of.
The house at the end of the road?
Nope, the house. The house in the Cerulean Sea. That's
Yes.
what it is.
Yes, it is.
And
The
I don't
house
know.
is definitely in the sea.
Yeah,
What? You don't know what?
I don't know what I thought this book was about.
Oh, I had no clue going
I
in.
went in completely blind.
All I knew was that the cover had a house on a cliff.
That's 100% all I knew as well.
Yep.
And for anybody,
And it's my first TJ Klune book. This was your second, right?
this is my second. Yeah, I read the Beyond the Whispering Door, which was good. You had a lot of thoughts about the narrator. And
Hated it.
He narrates
his
every.
normal voice was goddamn terrible.
Yeah.
And that's the most ridiculous part of it, because every other voice that he did was pretty good.
Oh,
For
yeah.
all the kids and the other adults, everything was fine. But his just normal fucking voice, I could not stand.
Yeah, that was tough for you. But I did not think it was about a man that worked for a company that runs magical orphanages. I did not think that's what the book was about.
I forget what it was called. What was the organization called? The Department of Magical Children.
Yeah, it was something like
magical.
very on the nose.
Well, yeah, that, like the name was whatever it was, and then it was an acronym. Everything, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the Department of something magical youth.
Yeah.
Dichotomy.
Dichomy. Yep.
DICOMY.
Dichomy.
Department and individual children of magical youths.
Yeah, something like that.
That sounds about right.
I did really enjoy this book.
No, the book was fine.
I mean, I really liked. I thought we were going to learn more about the little girl up front, and I did enjoy that. Yeah, because you can tell that she's being coached to answer these questions correctly, especially when he gets to the part like, well, do you think that he? How does he word it? He like words it. Do you think that?
About when he throws the chair?
Well, yeah, did it make her happy or something? Did it make him happy when she threw the chair? She's like, oh, yeah, he was super happy when I hit him. Like, oh, 100%. He was
he
filled
says,
with joy.
Was he okay with the situation or something? She's like, yeah, he was very happy when I hit him in the face with the chair.
Yeah, and that's when you find out what she actually did. But then they're, like, playing together before he leaves, and he's like, they're just kids being kids.
But the thing is, like, you're listening to it. It's like they're kids talking. Then they're like, oh, and with a swish of her tail, she walks out of the room. Huh?
Yeah.
And then they start talking about the kids have horns. One of them's in the corner breathing fire. And it's like, what the fuck is happening?
They really just throw you in.
And then they tell you that he's in the operations of magical youth.
And then you meet his super cranky old lady neighbor that hates him.
Yeah, she has a gay nephew or a gay son.
I think it's her nephew.
She brings
or grandson.
They bring it up, just like
casually,
way too often.
Yeah, she's just like trying to pimp out her grandson.
Yeah.
To a neighbor that she hates.
Yeah, why not?
That's my favorite part because she talks about her grandson like, he could have been a doctor, but he's like a pharmacist or something. And she's like, I bet you wish you could. Maybe you can. And it's just like, you hate your neighbor. Why are you trying to get somebody you know to date him? And she hates his cat. And he has lukewarm feelings about the cat, I feel like, at the beginning. He's just like, this is a cat that also lives with me. And then you find out that he has worked as a caseworker, which is basically a social worker in this, for 17 years and never once asked to be promoted. And I was like, that's crazy. But then when you meet his bosses, you're like, bro, I don't know how you worked here for 17 years.
Yeah, the beginning of the story with all of that, and then once he gets called into, what was it? Extreme upper management. As soon as I heard that that's what it was called, I thought that the whole story was just going to be told in a certain way, just from like his mind, and there wasn't going to be any other social interaction to a certain extent. When it got to that, it reminded me of the series of unfortunate events. Mm-hmm. And I thought that's kind of how the books were going to be written. Because overall, the book felt like it was written for children. When you really break it down, just how all the types of things that were going on. And it felt weird. And that really, with the extreme upper management, and then they just casually say it like that was legitimately what Dichotomy called it. It wasn't just like a joke in his mind.
Yeah.
Which would have been fine if it was that.
Yeah.
But that's legitimately what they call it.
I will say, because I think this would probably be considered like a cozy fantasy, because like you have stakes, but they're not like life or death. Mm-hmm. I would say I do feel like a lot of cozy fantasies kind of feel like they're written that way. Like they're really cheesy. They feel like they're almost written like for children. I don't know if that's just because it's probably, they assume, intro to fantasy for a lot of people, so they write it so it's a lot more palatable than like high fantasy. I don't know, but I would say that not just with his books, but with a lot of books like this genre, I feel the
You've
same
been
way.
knocking out a lot of cozy fantasy lately and not telling me about it? Like,
Well, I mean, I
what?
read that greenhouse book. No. Was it a
Well,
greenhouse?
here we go again.
That one I told you about where she like moves to the island. She's the librarian.
The one
And
you told me
yeah,
about.
I don't know. I can't remember. That she has like a talking plant, and she like flees the city, and she just
Yeah.
runs a jam
Yeah.
shop out of
Yep.
her house.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
That's
one,
fine.
I felt was written very similar to this. Honestly, not as good. Like I did think that this was a very enjoyable story. Like I really enjoyed that you saw him throughout have the journey of I am so prim and proper. I'm going to follow the rules to a T every time, no exceptions. And then the longer that he's around these unique children,
Magical children.
well, not just that.
Magical youths.
These are very specific, highly classified magical youth, which I can't wait to get into. But like the longer he's with them, you watch his prejudice fall away. You watch him become so protective over these kids and really realize that the rules are not there to help the kids. They're there to protect the company. And
Yeah.
that was something he really needed to learn because I don't think had he never gone on this trip and just stayed in like local little like 1 day, 2 day trips, I don't think he ever would have realized
Yeah.
that anything sketchy was afoot in any way, shape, or form.
But I mean, like in this one, it really wasn't. Dude just took really good care of the kids. There wasn't anything extremely crazy. It's just the fact that the 6 kids that were there were the epitome of magical children, essentially.
Yeah.
The most unique and rare children possible. So, like you said, all the other ones, like the kids were reading off a script, basically. So every time that he would go, he just thought that he was seeing the place and recommending if they stay open or closed. And then he always thought that once the kids got out, that they went to the schools that Daikami owns, and the schools are supposed to be amazing and elite, just the best of the best that you can get for magical children education. And because he's been a caseworker for 17 years, never doing any better, he's, like you said, just stuck in that same thing over and over and over. So he's not even questioning the regime.
Yeah, and he doesn't question not once for a second. Why are these kids lying, or like why are we coaching these kids up so these orphanages don't close if the schools are that great? Like that thought never crosses his mind.
No.
And it really takes him to see these children who have been through so much basically be like, I'll murder everyone before you take me out of this house. And I will successfully do that because I'm not going to another school and I'm not going to another orphanage. And I think it really takes him a second to like step back and be like, well, this place, what do you mean? So let's talk about some of the kids. So
First, the home that he's going to is on an island in the middle of the ocean, essentially.
it is the house on the Cerulean Sea.
In
In the Cerulean Sea, yes.
So you have to take a ferry. I don't remember how far the distance is. It's not like a ridiculous amount. I think you can still see the mainland
Yeah, I think
from
it was like 10 minutes
the
or
island.
something.
But out on the island, the only thing that is there is this home. And that's where they're keeping these children. And you find out later as to why some of the people are okay with them being there, sort of thing. But yeah, so I remember you had told, because I'd texted you and told you I was starting it, and you're like, oh, has he met the kid yet? And that's when I said to you, I was like, oh yeah, the girl at the beginning with the tail or whatever. And you're like, oh no, there's somebody else. And then within like maybe 20 minutes, I was at the point, and they have fucking Lucifer child, the Antichrist, on this island, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, he's casually got the Antichrist at an orphanage.
I laughed out loud when he reads it because he's like Lucy, and I was like, "Oh, Lucy sounds like a cute little name."
So yeah, when they were talking about him, they said Lucy. I was like, "Oh fuck, it's Lucifer," and then they just straight up say it. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, so yeah, they got the Antichrist here."
I know.
Cool.
And then all I could picture was like Jack from Supernatural, and I mean,
but he's different.
yeah, he is different. He was never like a real child, but like the way that he sees the world, that's like, I felt that they were kind of similar, but that's what I picture. I picture like a younger version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also, so they give him files, and they're like, don't open the files till you're on the train going there. Probably because
of
they're
who was on it.
They're like, he is going to come back home or not leave if he opens these before he gets there. But it was like a 4-day trip for him to go from the city like all the way out in the train. It felt like it was like a couple days or something. So
I don't remember.
He opens the first file, reads that it's the Antichrist, and immediately passes out. And I'm like, oh, you're not going to do well. Because there's 5 other files. And he gets picked up. Probably. And then he gets picked up by a sprite. Right? That's what she is. She's a forest sprite.
Yeah. Sprite, fairy of the land.
Fairy, yeah. He doesn't realize that at first, but he does eventually. He's like, oh, this woman.
Doesn't he run into the gnome first? I thought he ran into the gnome child first.
The sprite picks him up at the train station. The adult sprite picks him up at the train station. And, like, puts his bags in the car. And then they take the ferry over. Because somebody's got to pick him up so he knows where to go. But, yes, then she's like, you should probably read the other files before we get here. And he's like, can't do it. Started with the Antichrist, cannot. I will be learning no more. And I was like, that's a terrible choice. You passed out after one file. What if he is not even the worst? Turns out he was quote unquote the worst. Like, he's the reason they go. But yes, so then he runs into a gnome. I loved her. I thought she was
hilarious because my favorite part with her was that when they finally go take the kids to the town and have a little field day, she wants to go to the hardware store to buy new shovels because she's like a garden gnome type and she just loves digging and doing shit like that. So she literally just sits down with the hardware store owner and is talking shovel.
I know. And she goes in with like, I read this was the best shovel in the magazine that I get. Yeah. She gets like Gardner something once a month. Yeah. And then,
that was the best part with her.
I liked that they paired her with Lucy. But, because Lucy's like, yeah, you can dig. We'll go to the graveyard. I'll bring some people up from the dead.
Like, he just keeps playing into the Antichrist card. He's like, oh, I bathe in the void, and like, the blood of my enemies just kind of pours over me. And he's like, and then like back to his little child. I'm joking.
I'm just joking.
Like, I'm not gonna do that.
I didn't mean it. I know, he cracked me up. Like, at first I was like, this kid is insane, and then the more you see them, you're like, oh, he's just 6, and he's been told his entire life.
Yeah, he's literally a 6-year-old child.
Yeah, he's been told his entire life that this is how he's supposed to act, and he's only been with Arthur for not even a full year, I don't think. Yeah, and it's hard to undo what you've been told your entire life in less than a year with someone you don't know. But I liked the gnome. I liked when she meets him, she like plays with her beard. I thought that was hilarious. And she's so tiny that he like kicks her. And then that propels him into probably the most overwhelming introduction of the other kids, because then he meets the boy that's the dragon immediately next.
Oh yeah.
Because the gnome is like, oh, we'll go see him. He'll be able to find where you're staying. And then she's like, oh, I just thought he would eat you. He actually, and he gives him a button. Yeah. And he's so stoked. He's like, this is my new favorite thing in the whole world.
Yeah, he gives him a little brass button. So then the rest of the book, he gives him a brass button every time he sees him.
Or whatever button he has. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think they meet they finally get to his room, and that's when you meet Sal. And Sal is like petting the cat. Oh, because his cat runs away, and they're trying to find the cat in his house. And then you meet Sal, and I loved the voice they did for Sal. They did like this super deep voice, and then he turns into like a Pomeranian.
Yeah, he's a shapeshifter.
He's a shapeshifter, but he shifts into like this teeny tiny little dog, and he's scared of everyone.
Yeah, most of the time he shifts when he's afraid.
Yeah,
and I think that's probably why he turns into a tiny little dog, because that's what he feels like in the moment.
Oh, that makes sense.
I would assume that's probably what's
picking
going
up on a good metaphor there,
he
babe.
feels small. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because was he the writer, or was the other one the writer?
He's the writer, and he has also been to like 12 different foster homes. And none of them were good.
Because I'm so bad at visualizing, it's hard to. I always just pictured him as like this big burly man.
Yeah, me too.
Because of the voice that they do for him. But yeah, most of the time he's just a dog. Mm-hmm. That's like his normal thing, is to turn into some sort of dog. When
he gets really scared and he's super shy. And when you meet the blob guy, whose name I cannot, Chauncey, who just wants to be a bellhop.
Yeah, that's the only thing Chauncey wants to do.
And I pictured him as like a large version of Flubber that could talk. That's what I pictured.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think what I'm thinking of, because I was reading Dungeon Crawler Carl all the time, I was thinking of him as a tummy acher, which you won't see until later in the series. And what was his name? George? I think his name was George, but yeah. The tummy achers are meatballs with eyes, basically.
Oh yeah,
so that's what I was picturing him as, just because that's where I was in the moment. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he wants to be a bellhop because he's, as all the children have, they always get told that they won't be able to ever do anything. But at one point, he saw a bellhop doing his thing, and that he was able, in the movie, he was the best. He was taking care of everybody. Everybody was happy with him. He got to do things. He held the door for people. He carried their bags. And that's all he wants to do, is help people carry bags, work at the hotel. Yep. And so that's another thing. When they're in town, they go to the hotel.
Oh, I thought this part was so cute.
And he chats up the bellhop. And the bellhop gives him his hat.
Yes, he does.
When he leaves. And it's like he thinks it's the greatest thing in the world, because now he has a true bellhop's hat.
Well, I think it was the epilogue, or maybe, it had to have been the epilogue or the last chapter. You find out that Chauncey goes and works for the bellhop once a week so he can have a day off, and he gets to be the bellhop of the hotel.
I don't remember that part.
Oh, maybe that was the start of the second book then. Well, anyway,
Spoilers.
So cute. I thought it was the epilogue, though.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I thought that part was really cute. So the bellhop can have a day off. He lets Chauncey go and work one day for 4 hours or something like that. Yeah, I feel like when Linus goes back, that's when you find out that Chauncey is doing an internship, and he's doing so great.
I forgot his fucking name was Linus.
Yeah. Well, and then you find out that Linus meets everyone super over. Oh, and then you meet there's a sprite there. That's a teenage sprite who's super powerful. I would really like to learn more. You don't really talk to her very much. She just is I'm not leaving. Mm-hmm. She's I don't really give a shit what you do. I'm not leaving. Yeah. So he's overwhelmed. And then you kind of find out as the book goes on that he's not actually really there to get to know the kids. He's really there to just see what Arthur's doing. Because you then find out that Arthur used to date or almost dated or was madly in love with.
They were romantically involved. It says it later on that they were.
Yeah. With one of the men from extremely upper management.
Yeah.
And he chose extremely upper management over Arthur. And now he's just I don't know, missing his ex-boyfriend.
He's keeping tabs on him.
Yeah,
But Linus doesn't know that he's supposed to be doing that.
No.
Until he turns in his first report, and he gets notes back from upper management telling him that they need to know more about what Arthur is doing with the children, and be as in-depth as possible.
And really focus on Arthur.
Yes, that's what they want for his second report, is hey, fuck them kids. tell me about this hot gay man that's working there.
Oh my god. And how long it takes Linus to clock that this man is gay. Bro, you are living here. Your job is to observe people.
I wasn't even in the story or seeing these people, but as soon as they mentioned that Linus was gay, I was like, oh, so he's going to fall in love with Arthur.
No, 100%.
Like, that was just straight up there.
I will say, this is my second TJ Klune book, but I feel like that might be a theme in all of his books.
It is.
Okay.
His books are all LGBTQIA plus positive books.
Yeah. But I also really wonder if it's just the two that I've read, or if like every one of his books that is about their journey to find love, that the character starts as like low-key insufferable. Because Linus wasn't that bad, but like, you know, the strict, very rigid, not my cup of tea. But in The Whispering Door, the man is awful. Like, it takes a while to make him likable. But then, you know, they fall in love and everything's fine and great and dandy. So, but
And
I
they're
just
both boys.
but yeah. So you find out that they're basically just keeping tabs on his ex-boyfriend. I mean, you do later find that it's because Arthur is also a former magical youth who was rescued.
Arthur is a former child. Yes.
Yeah, he's a former child. He is a magical man, and he is one of the most powerful magical beings. And he
is the rarest magical being as well.
Yes,
because he is a phoenix,
which I did not clock. I knew something was up with him, and because there's.
I'm sure if we read it again, there's probably clues, more clues than. What you think of.
I got the singe marks on the entrance to the cellar, and like I knew he had talked about a phoenix, but he talks about so much that I'm like, I don't know that I would have picked that.
Yeah, because they tell you once you learn that he is a phoenix, you find out that he lived in the home when he was a child
and was abused.
Yes. Because Linus goes into the basement, into the cellar, and sees the scorch marks everywhere. And then once you get to a certain point on the wall, there are tally marks for days and weeks and months worth of time. And Arthur tells you that he got locked in there as a child because they didn't want to have to deal with him, basically.
They were scared of him.
Scared of his power, so he got locked into the basement. And that's his main reason to buy the house, was that he did not want children to have to go through the same shit that he did. He was going to make this place right. Because that's a reoccurring theme, is that Arthur is always telling Linus, hey, don't look at it this way. You got to look at it in certain ways as to what we're doing, how these kids are. Don't just look at the papers. You got to see how they truly act.
You got to see the whole kid.
Put the files away for a day.
Yeah.
Get out there.
Well, and you've got to stop basically thinking of them as this pre-constructed, like, oh, you think you know what an antichrist is. So, like, stop going into every scenario with Lucy as like, oh, he's the Antichrist. Like, go in and be like, this is a child. Let's see what he does, kind of thing. And that's Arthur's big thing. And I also feel like that's why upper management does not like Arthur a whole bunch either, because he's telling these kids that could eventually probably be the downfall if they really wanted to, or like change the system. Because you later find out that they never go to town because the town hates them, because in this world, magical creatures are second-class citizens, basically.
Yeah, they are looked down upon very, very heavily.
Because people are scared of them, and the things that people are scared of, they just, instead of getting to know them, just decide that.
And that's the people of the town get paid by the government to just deal with the fact that they're on the island outside of their town, and that maybe every now and again they will come in, but plastered across the town are posters that say, See something, say something.
I know. I felt like I was in an airport.
Yeah, it's like if you're ratting out, or if you see a child or any person showing magical abilities, you have to say something so that way they can then be basically collared and locked away, taken from where they are.
Yeah, documented and tracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a big thing too. Is I can't remember her name. The lady that helps them, that is also the Sprite. She's technically undocumented. She refuses.
The one that owns the island.
Yeah,
or runs the.
Yeah, the island is hers.
Yeah, is the ferry of the island.
Yeah, you find out that she's technically undocumented and refused. She's like, I shouldn't have. This is my island. I shouldn't have to do this. Which I think is going to play very interesting in the next book. I do plan to read it. I know you probably won't.
I don't know if I will.
You would probably physically read it if you chose to,
Maybe.
but
I'll just wait till you tell me what happens.
yeah, that could work too. But they go to the island. I didn't realize, like, I knew there was prejudice, and you just don't realize how bad it is until they finally, towards the end, like Linus's last weekend, they take all the kids to the island, and that's where Lucy and the little gnome girl, they go to the garden shop, and then they try to convince Linus that they're going to the graveyard, and he's like, we are not going to the graveyard. He's like, Lucy, let's go look at records. Actually, do they go to the record store first before the gardening store, don't they? No. I don't know. No, they go to the records.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, they go to the record store, and somebody tries to exercise Lucy.
Yeah, they try and take him in the back and exercise him.
Yes, a grown man tries to do this, and Lucy like throws him against a wall and is like, "Not cool, dude, not cool." And the guy that works there, J-Dog, J-Dog's like, "Not cool, man, not cool, totally not cool, dude."
Then he gave him a bunch of records.
Yeah,
for
then
free.
he gives him a bunch of records for free, and like that's kind of the first time you realize they're not safe without Arthur, and then. They go, obviously, they're going to hit the point home on their one trip out. They then go to the ice cream store, and they get refused.
Yeah.
The guy will not serve them. And then Arthur serves. And that's kind of when I was also like, I thought he was going to be like a Flamon from Fantastic Four, because everything starts getting really hot. And she's like, not here, Arthur, you can't do this in front of the kids. And I'm like, ooh, it's something fire-related. I just hate sometimes that when they throw you into fantasy worlds, they don't explain everything, especially in cozy fantasies. I didn't think phoenixes could be people. I thought that was like a magical creature, not like a magical person thing. So I would have never guessed that.
Out of all the books you've read, they just make shit up.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
And I forget that.
These sex books you're reading, the gods are just literal human beings that live on the other side of a river, and that's called the underworld.
Yeah. I just forget that, like, it's just all made up sometimes.
It is. Like, yeah.
I just get so immersed.
Like, everything is based in a certain amount of lore.
Yeah.
And most of the time, just names and likenesses are kind of there. And then they just do whatever the hell they want with it.
Yeah.
Because none of it matters.
None of it matters, yeah.
It's fake.
Yeah. And then the mayor strolls in and is like, get out of here. Go to the back. I'll serve the kids the ice cream. He's like, I have the right to refuse. And she's like, shut the fuck up. Get out.
She said, I have the right to raise your rent when your lease is up at the end of the month.
Bitch. And she calls him, I don't remember what she calls him, but it was really funny.
A nerd?
No.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. And then Linus goes and tries to tear down the system and is basically like, these children are perfect. Arthur is perfect. What you guys are doing is terrible. You're the problem. These children, you got to stop calling these places orphanages. None of these kids are getting adopted, and that's your fault because you're making everybody scared of the magical kids. Be better. Also, I quit. So, I really liked it. I thought it was super cute. And then I did break my heart a little bit, though, because Arthur, he asked Linus to stay. He's like, don't go back. Just stay here with us and be a part of our family. And Linus has this whole plan of how he's going to save the orphanage and, like, bring down Dicamy. And instead of just telling Arthur, he's just like, I will be leaving, thank you. And I was like, why are you going to break this man's heart? Just to, like, come back and ask for forgiveness. And everybody's pissed. The kids are pissed. Arthur's like, I understand. And then the sprite lady is like, I hate you, don't ever step foot on this island again. I'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 4.5 or 5 stars.
I think I was like 3.5, 4, something like
Yeah,
that.
I was like in the 4-ish area.
Just mainly because of the voice.
Yeah.
And I try not to take that into account because the author didn't write the voice. But the whole extremely upper management thing really pissed me off. And then when he goes into there, he doesn't know anybody's name. Like when he goes up to the top, the woman at the desk, he just calls her Bubblegum.
Yeah.
And then there's Jowls and
Yeah.
Mr. Handsome.
Yeah. Who is Arthur's ex-boyfriend,
Yeah.
Mr. Handsome?
Yeah, but that part, that's the part where I really thought that it was going to be, oh, this is just going to be goofy, weird shit nonstop happening, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it made me feel like really solidified it that it was for children.
Yeah. It ended
kind of
up
what
being
it hit for me.
really,
it was not for children.
No. It was a really beautiful story, though. I did enjoy.
Yeah.
You get to see, I thought the author did a really good job of, you get to see all of the kids' little arcs, plus you get to see Linus's, large character growth, and then it obviously sets up, he does bring Dykamy down, kind of, or gets him in a lot of trouble in the end.
He tears it up pretty good.
He does. And then it does set it up well for the next book. I did do something I don't normally do, and I did read the back of the next book.
I did not.
And
all we know is that all you have to say is that there's a Yeti moving in.
There is, and it's either going
to
to
got him at the end.
And the wording on the back of the book is, it's either going to bring them together or burn it all down. Which I don't know how that. The Yeti seemed like a sweet kid and everything we saw, but we'll see.
You don't know anything about the Yeti. All they just say is that he's there. But what they're going to do, that was where it became a full circle moment for Arthur as well. They decided that, because Linus wonders, well, how's he going to live here, this, that. So Arthur decides that they will turn the basement, that cellar, into a cold room for him. Yeah. So what became his jail cell will become the new boy's safe haven, yes, as his icebox.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed. Yeah. But I think that it's going to be a lot more of like trying to continually bring the government down and possibly start a revolution in a cozy fantasy, which I'm interested to see how that does play out a little bit.
That probably won't happen at all.
Well, that's what I think is going to happen, but we'll see.
It'll probably just be about literally burning the house down.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, one more thing though. The Lucy having the nightmares broke my heart too. There were some, I cried a couple different times in this novel.
So there were a lot of those parts where, because Linus was who he was as a caseworker, the kids, they loved him, but they realized, they still knew that if something bad were to happen, that he would go back and tell them and shut down their place and send them wherever, or basically most likely try and euthanize these children, because this was kind of their last shot.
It felt
really,
like it
that's
a little
what it
bit.
was.
Well, maybe not for all of them, but definitely for Lucy. Like it felt like it felt very life or death for Lucy. Like he was not making it out of this house.
Yeah. So he does have those nightmares, and they got pretty fucking hectic. There was some really crazy shit because he did have a lot of power. So
he turned the gravity off, right?
Oh, he was doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So that's when the kids they wake up and they're all, Lucy's having another one of his nightmares, but he's not a bad kid. He's a good kid. Don't shut this place down. Don't do this.
Like,
and all the kids are standing there.
He doesn't know he's doing it.
Yeah.
That was the big thing. They're like,
he doesn't do it on purpose. He doesn't hurt anybody. If anybody gets hurt, it's just him, and
he's always so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it like breaks Linus's heart, because at that point in the novel, because I want to say that's over halfway through his trip. Like he's been there almost 3 weeks at that point.
Right after they spent their time talking about the records and getting the records.
Yeah. And he like really starts.
No. That was before, because that's the reason they go buy him records, because he knocked them off the wall.
he breaks them.
He broke them on accident. That's what it was.
But it's over the halfway mark, and obviously as the reader, you get to hear Linus's inner monologue. And at this point, he's all in. Like, he loves these kids. There is no way he's recommending this orphanage to close in any way, shape, or form. But he doesn't express that to anyone because that would be unprofessional. And it does break his heart that he loves these kids and he feels that he's a fixture in their lives even though he's only been there 3 weeks. And it's in that moment that he realizes that they still don't trust him, even though he felt like he had all of the
He thought
kids.
that he'd bridged that gap, but
Yeah.
he still holds the power to take everything away from them.
Yeah.
And they know that no matter what.
Yeah, even though, and they don't know him well enough or are hearing his thoughts to know that he's not going to do that because he forgets that he's only been there 3 weeks. And that's the other crazy thing. This whole book takes place in like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I really did enjoy it. I'm not normally a cozy fantasy kind of person, but I did enjoy this. I thought it was cute. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
What else you got going on? That's where you said you gave it a 4 or a 5, and I said 3.5. So yeah, that's where we're at. What else you got? What else are we doing?
Just sewing a lot, or trying to. Just trying to get my.
We got to get you that serger.
I don't need a serger yet. Let me make a pair of pants first, and then I'll keep you posted on the serger.
Get you whatever you need.
Thanks. I know you're wonderful.
Probably need to organize your corner better.
I did try.
And it's a half of a room.
You're like, actually.
It's not just a corner.
I know.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody does put baby in a corner. Not in this house.
I expanded your corner.
I know. I think I think I need maybe like a better way to store my patterns. I think is one thing I need to figure out.
Or, yeah, I don't know what would be.
I know a lot of people that like. Well, not a lot of people, but I see a lot of people that do like self drafts or like pattern testing. They get one of those like clothing racks and they like clip the patterns and like hang them all there.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know that I'm going to make that many clothing items that I would need a whole rack. Maybe just like a hook on a wall or something. And like get some hangers.
Yeah, I mean, we could figure.
Well, that's why I was like thinking like maybe like a pegboard. Because then I could like put some hooks in and like hang a couple different patterns on a pegboard. But then I could also like hang my thread up and.
Yeah, I mean, we could cover that entire corner in pegboard, and you can have it all over there.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, we can hang something from the ceiling that hangs down somewhere that you can, like how
a
I have the
bar.
bar back there, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me think on it.
Yeah, we can figure that out. That's not going to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be easy to do.
What about you?
Up. I got a puzzle going.
Every time puzzling.
I don't know what it's going to be. I swear to God,
it's gonna be a picture on the box.
I have no fucking clue what it's going to be. There are so many pieces that I look at and I'm like, well, where does this even go?
Where do you go?
Because I can't tell what the color is of it, so I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, where in the world? Because there's certain ones that have different lines on them. And I'm like, okay, so that's this one, but that entire,
Well, if you need help with the colors, I'll tap in.
Eventually, I get there. Like that whole card is done, so it's like that can't go there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I will say, looking at the box, I could see the hue. Like they are all different colors, but the hues are like varying oranges and yellows, which I would see being a problem.
And there's about 12 different mountains on different spots, all of varying contrasts and uniqueness. So that makes it a little bit difficult too. But I want to get the puzzle done so I can get I want to get a game of Slay the Spire going.
Yeah.
Got to get that in the table. I don't know. I don't think I got much else. Made a notebook.
You made a mud table for our child.
Yeah.
We just gotta get those inserts cut out for him.
Yeah, I can do that one whenever. I could try and get to it tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I got a lot of things.
It's cold
for tomorrow.
It's cold still.
I know it's cold for like a next week and a half.
Ugh.
But
Gross.
I don't know. We'll see. We can see what happens with that.
Yeah. You might build him a house.
Oh yeah, I plan on doing that at some point.
Not like his own house, just like a playhouse.
But yeah, I'm building a playhouse out in the backyard for him. Because the little Tykes one he hits his head on.
I know, it is so small. He just grew so fast.
Yeah, he doesn't pay attention sometimes and just forehead straight
Because
into
you know
the
what?
wall.
I look at other toddlers and I'm like, they would have still been fine with this house.
Yeah.
They're not in 4T though, so.
I am excited. Sometime in about 10 days, the backer kit opens for the Dungeon Crawler Carl tabletop RPG, so I'll get to see how expensive that's going to be. And along with the deck building game, so see how much that's going to be. And then the time frame on when it actually comes out, so that I can do that. But I was talking to Sean today, my cousin, and he was talking about he runs his own game, and he was talking about possibly having me come in for like just some guest appearances in his campaign.
I love that.
Because I got to play one shot with them at Christmas, and I told him that we had a lot of fun. Because they're just fucking fast and loose. He said they'll basically walk into a tavern, and if they have to ask questions, they just try and kill everybody in the bar, and then hope they can figure it out later.
That's a tough strategy.
Well, that's I was telling him about old Giddy, because he's got so many problems, and we both agreed like that we know that the decisions that I'm making aren't decisions that I should normally make, but they're decisions that my character would make because he's got a blood disease. And he's going slowly insane.
Yeah, my character in D&D is about to die, so.
I told him that. He thought that was hilarious, and I basically got you killed because I got you impaled on a 6-foot spike, basically.
Well, it wasn't that I got myself impaled because I tried to kill the monster, and I was the biggest threat. But then I let you try to pull it out of me, and that's really where things started to go.
Yeah, old Giddy ain't a big boy.
Started
He's
to
a little
go
fella.
around. I know, and that's a real problem for me because I sit next to you when we play, and I just picture you. And I'm like, oh, Jake could unimpale me if he wanted to.
Nope, not old Giddy.
Your character is like...
He's 5'5".
Yeah, he's smaller. He's like my size, and I couldn't unimpale a person.
He's a silly little fellow with 2 guns.
And apparently...
And a blood disease.
And no problem taking drugs from strangers.
No.
So,
that doesn't matter. That's fine.
So we'll find out.
It was just the once, and it didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Didn't make him any crazier than he already was. He's already hallucinating all the time. What are you talking about?
That was like my second game.
What, when I tried to shoot both of you?
Yeah.
That happens at least once every other session. I try and kill everybody.
I love that for us. Can't wait to watch that play out.
Yeah, I mean, it works out pretty well. I mean, I've had a good time with it so far.
You're like, actually,
The role play is through the roof. Like, what do you mean?
You are. Your role play is very good.
It's top tier in this one.
It is, and I love the accent.
I really get to shine.
You do.
Yeah, I do a North Carolinian accent.
You do. You really do.
I'm from North Carolina. I'm North Carolina.
North Carolina. Well, that's all I got for this week.
Yeah, I don't think there's much else.
We're
going
getting close to summer, thank God.
Yeah, there we are.
School year from hell is almost over.
All right, so that was... Oh, we got to add to the wheel.
Oh, we got to add... Yeah,
That's not the end. So, while she's looking...
Plot
we currently have...
Twist.
How many times have we done this? 5, I think? And we've read 4 books of hers and 1 of mine, and the one that I chose I didn't even like, so it really just fucking ruined the mood. So currently we have Tress of the Emerald Sea, The Husbands, Evil Tangled, Legends and Lattes, Wild Robot, Academic Affair, and Fairy Tale. So we are going to add one to the wheel this week.
I forgot I had an Academic Affair on there, so I'm not going to
put that on last week.
Yeah, I'm not going to put Butcher and Blackbird, which was
Okay.
my original.
Yeah, so the one that we took off was Funny Story, Funny Story, which we're on now. So we're not going to spin it this week. We're just going to add the book.
It's not written on here, but I'm going to put the Cersei book
The Cersei book?
Yes, it's called Cersei. It's a standalone because I think if we keep
I thought that was the Achilles. That's not.
the Song of Achilles is a different book, but there's a book called Cersei.
I thought they were in the same
Are
realm.
they?
Are they written by the same person?
I didn't.
I guess I don't know. I feel like there's two covers that look moderately the same. Yeah. Is that not? That's by the same author.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't.
Are
say
they two completely different? I don't know. I just knew that the covers looked extremely similar. So I just always.
Oh, she did. I didn't.
I
know
just
that.
always assumed they were a part of the same category.
Oh, maybe they're in the same world.
Well,
I don't know.
Most likely. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Achilles and Cersei.
Yeah, I just didn't say that. It just looks like a standalone. Like it doesn't. Like you know how on Goodreads it normally says like
Like
book
a series.
one.
Yeah.
Or,
No,
it doesn't say
I get
anything.
that. I don't use book reads.
Book reads. Goodreads.
Good books?
Good books.
Blind spin. What do we get? Oh, one of mine, but I don't want it.
What one is it? What we're about?
Evil Tangled. The only one I want is Fairy Tale.
You know what?
I should just write that on there 4 times.
Why don't you just like? Do you want to take any of your other books out and change them? Like,
No,
because
we're
it's
leaving
been
it.
so long.
No, we're just gonna ride with it.
Maybe we can. Maybe it'll work out that let's.
Ooh.
Well, I guess the real Tangled.
I'm gonna weight the wheel so that way it lands on what I want. I'm gonna cheat.
Okay. Good.
Oh! I'm wasting all my spins. I just landed on 3 of my books in a row.
Yeah, you gotta quit doing that because then when it's time to shine,
Yeah, it's not
my
gonna
book.
work out anymore.
Yeah. So. Okay.
All right, there we are. So that was episode 20 of TBR Together with Megan and Jake, and we just spoke about the house in the Cerulean Sea.
Yeah. And next week we'll spin the wheel.
Yep, we will read Funny Story this week. We're gonna need to start like doing this on Thursday or Friday
Yeah.
instead of you forgetting that we play D&D on Saturday and then being like, wait, we're not gonna do the podcast this week.
Yeah.
And then we don't do the podcast that week.
Yeah.
That's why we missed 2 weeks.
And then there were a couple Sundays I forgot you also had D&D on Sunday
Yeah.
because I was like, oh, we'll just do it Sunday.
Those were the same 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Those are the same 2 times that we missed.
Happens. So yeah, we'll get better, or maybe we'll just go bi-weekly. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Keep you posted. All of our fans.
Yeah, everybody listening.
All 6 of them. If
Yeah.
that.
Everybody who's involved, thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was
Thanks for listening.
it.